Hello, friends, and welcome back to our third week of our word family book. We have been talking about words that have that long vowel sound in them. On Monday, or in the first week, we talked about words that have that long vowel A sound. Aim. Can we say that all together? Aim. Right. Aim was our first week of our word family book. A, when we say the vowels, let's say all the vowels together. A, E, I, O, and U. A, E, I, O, and U. We start with A, which we did on the first week. We started with A, aim. Last week, we had the long vowel E sound. Our word family last week was the E'd word family, right? So we have our A, E, and then this week must be I, right? We're going to be talking about the long vowel I sound. And another way that you might see a long vowel, we talked about on in the first week, ways to make that long vowel sound was the silent E. So our word family book had that silent E at the end, making this aim instead of am. We hear that vowel change, the vowel sound change. Aim, am, aim, am. So that was first week was silent E. Last week we did, all my papers are falling. There we go. Last week we talked about vowel pairs. This is another way that you can hear that long vowel sound. Do you remember what our saying was that we learned about last week? Let's see if we can say it. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, right? Let's say it one more time. Now we kind of getting that memory back from last week. When two vowels go walking, the first one, right, the first one does the talking. So we talked about the E'd word family. E'd. You see here, this was one of the words that we did. Do you remember what this word is? Seed, right. We hear, even though we have two E's, we only hear the one E sound and we hear the long vowel sound because we have two vowels that are right next to each other. Here we have two vowels that are not the same. We have the first vowel, which is a E, right, and the second vowel, which is a, and our word is leaf. We don't hear liaf, we hear leaf because that A, its job right now is not to make a sound, it's to help that E become a long vowel sound. So we have, last week was the silent E, or 2 weeks ago was silent E, last week was vowel pairs, and now this week, since we are learning about the vowel I, another strategy or another way that you can hear the long vowel I sound, you might hear it in vowel pairs, you might hear it in the silent E, but another way is this strategy, looking for I, G, H, T. This word family is ite. Ite. Can we say that together, please? Ite. Right. Our word family this week is ite. So we are going to be talking about how the GH in ite, we don't say I g. These two, just like the vowel that is the second vowel in our vowel pairs, it's not saying anything because its powers right now, its job is to make that first vowel say its name. So same thing with GH. Its job right now is not to say anything. Its job is to make that I say its name. So some words we are going to be hearing this week have that IGHT ending. That word family is ite. Before we start writing about that, we need something to write on. So let's get out our materials to make our word family book for this week. So would you please take out your 3 blank pieces of paper, and just like last week, I'm going to help you out, and then I already have my, oops, that's my one from last week. That was to the side. I already have my blank book ready to go. So just showing you, I have my 1, 2, and 3 blank pieces of paper. And then just like last week and the week before, we are going to fold each piece of paper in half, splitting those 2 corners together, top and bottom, finding those matching pairs, and then folding like that, and then taking our scissors and cutting along that fold. When you have finished, you will end with this many halves. How many should we have? 6, right? 6 halves. Okay, so doing that now, and then once you have finished, making sure to stack them on top of each other. And then if you have been stapling them, you could do that now, or you could do that at the end of the video, whatever works best for you. I like to staple it because it's the easiest way for me to not lose my papers. But you could paper clip, you could fold the corners. I tried taping one time and I didn't think that when you tape it, you only tape the front and back cover and all the insides fall out. So tape is not the best for creating a book. But that is it for making our book. So if you would like to pause now to make your book, go ahead. And if you are ready to go, then let's begin. Okay, so tools that we are going to be needing today for writing, of course, pencil and spacebar. And the same as the last 2 weeks, if you need another pencil to act as your space bar, or if you want to use your little pinky finger, or if you have other fingers, my fingers are a little bit bigger, so they would be too big of a space, but my pinky works is about the same size as a pencil. But if you have fingers, I know I'm a lot older than you, so my fingers are a lot bigger. If your fingers work as space bars, then perfect. And yeah, I think those are the kind of the best spacer bar type tools that you can use in replacement of a popsicle stick. Okay, so along with our writing tools that we use every week, our grade level colors we are going to be using today is kindergarten red. We're not going to have any first grade orange words or second grade yellow words, but we are going to be having 2, let me double check, 2 third grade green words. One of them is our ite family word today. And 1 4th grade blue word. Would you please take those out? Oh, and I almost forgot, of course, purple punctuation as well. So we have our 3 grade level colors, red, green, and blue. Our purple punctuation, our pencil, and our spacebar. Okay, we are ready to go. Looking at the cover of your book, I'm going to be using, again, my gray marker so it's easier for you to see. I'm looking at the cover of my book. I always have my staple in the upper left-hand corner of my book. So looking at the top, I need to write my name. So would you please write your name now at the top of your book? Miss Sorensen. Okay. Writing out my name. That means I'm ready for my word family in the middle of my cover. Okay, what is the vowel we're working on this week? Do you remember? Right, I, because the first week we worked on A, the second, a long vowel A sounds. The second week we worked on E, long vowel E sounds, and this week we're working on I, or long vowel I sounds. So writing in the middle of our cover, we need to start with an I. Do you remember what the next two letters were for the IT family word book, or the IT family? Remember, there's two letters that make that I say its name. Oh, I think I heard the two letters. Would you please write in the air if you think you remember what those two letters are? I think I see those letters. The first letter. Is that the first letter you thought too? Nice. Okay, second letter. Right. I, G, H, and then we hear that IT. IT. T. Right. I, G, H, T. Okay, so after your I, would you please write G, H? Those are the two sounds, or the two consonants that we do not hear, but are helping that I say its name. And then our last letter is a T, right? T. And then putting that little dash mark in front so we remember there is more letters to come. Okay, and same thing as the last 2 weeks. If you think of any IT words that pop in your brain when we're working on different words in our book, go ahead and add them to the cover. You can remember them forever. And it's just good practice to hear those rhyming words. I love rhyming words. Okay, so starting off, we need to turn to the first page. So turning to the first page and writing our word family, IT, at the top. I-G-H-T with our pencils. Leaving room so that we can write the first letter in, our word for today. So IT is at the top. My book keeps flipping over, there we go. And then once you finish with that, pencil line across the middle, so we have room for writing and room for picturing. Okay, my book is ready. When your book looks like this, would you please put a check in the air so I know that you're ready? Great. And always remember, if you need a couple extra seconds, feel free to pause the video. I know I'm on my computer, so when I hit the space bar, the long bar on my computer, if I hit that, it pauses my video. If you're on an iPad or an iPhone, if you touch the screen, there's a little pause button that's two lines that are parallel to each other. So finding those pause buttons if you need a couple extra seconds. Okay, we're ready to go. Our word today is an IT family word, and this is a word that is used, or this is a word that means something that brightens up an area. Maybe you turn on this thing and then you can see, or you use this thing to, to see. I was gonna say outside, if it's dark outside, you might use this to get around so you don't trip over things. Something that you turn on. Do you have any ideas? IT family word. Are you ready? I'm going to draw the letter in the air that we need. Was that the word you were thinking of? Right, an L. So L-I-G-H-T. Light. Light. What word is it? Let's say it together. Light. You've got it. Okay, so light is our word for today. We need to put an L at the front of our word. So would you please choose a different color, not your pencil, a different color, so that the first word or first letter in our word stands out so it's easier to see, just like the last couple of weeks. And our word is light. Great. Okay, we're ready for our first word in our sentence. The first 3 words actually in our sentence are all kindergarten words, so this is going to be a breeze. Okay, our first word with our pencils, of course space bars are ready to go as well. The first word is it. It. Of course with a capital because it's the first word in our sentence. It. Next word, it is. It is. Space bar. Is. It is. Next word, so. It is so. Another kindergarten word. It is so. So our first 3 kindergarten words. And then the next word we have is our 4th grade word. I think we can spell this word out together though. I think we hear the sounds the sounds are heard very well in this word. So let's sound it out together. Our word is dark. It is so dark. D, right, we need to start with the D. I'm going to put my space bar underneath because I don't think I'm going to be able to fit dark in my first line. D. Like apple. Well, like it kind of sounds like it could be an O, like octopus. We need a an A. We're looking for an A there. D-A, dar. R, right. D-A-R. K. What 2 letters usually make a K sound? Right, a C or a K. Today we are going to be using a K to end dark. Dark. There's our 4th grade word. It is so dark. Okay, I'm going to use a purple exclamation point because I could easily see somebody going outside and going, "It is so dark," or walking inside and there's no lights. It is so dark. Purple exclamation point. We got my purple. Exclamation point. Great. Okay, our next word is also a kindergarten word, and it is the word we. Space bar, we. We. And our next word, of course, after a space bar, our next word is a word that we wrote in our word family book last week. Do you remember what our word family was last week? It was for the vowel E. Right, Eid. Eid was our word family last week. And the word we wrote, I think it was kind of in the middle of I think it was on our 2nd day on Tuesday. We wrote the word need. Think to yourself before you write it down, how do you spell the word need? Think about our word family. What were the 3 letters that makes that Eid sound? Remember, vowel pairs, making that long E sound. Right, E, vowel pair, D. The first letter, of course, we need is a N. N-E-E-D. Would you please write that on your paper now? We need, my book keeps flipping down. There we go. We need spacebar, A. We need A. Light. Would you please write light after A? And of course, spacebar right here. We need A, and I'm going to put light on the next line just because I'm not sure if it will fit. We need a light. Looking at the top if you needed extra help with that letter or with that word. Okay, and then purple period. When you have finished with that purple period, if you're ready, go ahead and start looking for those kindergarten red words, underlining. Looking for those kindergarten red words. I see a few. And then I will do the same and we can compare notes. When you have finished underlining your kindergarten red words, flash me with your fingers how many kindergarten words you found, so I know that you're ready. Great, it looks like almost everyone is finishing up. Okay, let me show you mine. Did you find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kindergarten words? Great. It is so we a. Those are our 5 kindergarten words. Our 2 third grade words that we need to underline in green. Do you remember what ones need? What ones we need to underline? Great. Need is a green third grade word. Would you please underline the word need? Our second third grade word is our ite family word. Our word this week or this today is light. Right. That is also a third grade word. Light. And then our 4th grade blue word is the only word we have not underlined yet, which is dark. Nice. Okay, when you have finished with that, let's read our 2 sentences together. Okay. It is so dark. We need a light. Okay, we are ready to draw a picture. So I am going to draw a picture of somebody holding a flashlight. If you would like to follow along with me, you can. I'm just going to be drawing a stick figure holding a flashlight. You could draw somebody walking in and turning on the lights in their kitchen. You could draw somebody who is walking outside and maybe they have motion detector lights that turn on when they walk around. There's lots of options for this picture. It's kind of open up to your interpretation or what you want to show on the picture. I'm going to show somebody turning on a flashlight. Okay, so starting with my stick figure person, I always like to start with the head first. So I'm going to draw kind of a medium-sized head. And then a long straight body, long straight line down. My person needs some legs, so I'm going to be drawing 2 diagonal lines going in opposite directions. And then for his arm, since he's holding, or he or she is holding a flashlight, the first arm I'm going to draw diagonal line going down, like one arm is at their side. The other arm will be holding the flashlight. So I have one arm down, and then I'm going to draw one arm kind of out to the side here. just like a slight diagonal. Okay. And then for the flashlight, I'm going to start out with a long rectangle. That's going to be kind of the base of the flashlight, what the person is holding on to. So I'm going to draw first a line touching their hand like they're holding on to it. And then I'm going to draw another line parallel right below that other line. Same length. Okay, and then back here, this is the back of the light. I'm just going to draw a connecting line between those two corners. And then I'm going to draw a connecting line between these two corners. And then I'm going to make the top of the light like a cone. So it's going to be like thinking about it in your head. Usually a flashlight has some sort of cone shape at the top to make the light go out more, make it wider. I'm going to only make it 2D, so it's going to be kind of like a triangle. But in your head, you can imagine it like a cone. There's the start of my cone, or my kind of triangle. And then connecting those corners, there's my flashlight. And to show that the person is turning the flashlight on, I'm going to put some light beams going out like that. There's my person holding a flashlight. A light. Light is our word for today. Light. And you're going to be adding more detail to the picture. Are they outside or are they inside? Are they in their kitchen? Are they in their living room? Are they in the school? Are they in their treehouse? You have creative license to do whatever you want. So you decide what details to add. I don't want to add anything to mine because I want you to come up with your own ideas. Make sure your person, of course, has some eyes and ears and nose and mouth because they need to be able to see that it's dark outside. And maybe add some clothes, those kind of details to make it so that the reader can have more of a picture in their head or a movie going in their head of what is happening in your story. Okay, everyone, nice work today. Tomorrow we will start with our second IT family word. I will see you then. Bye.